All right, can you, yeah. Okay, yeah. It should be good to go. Is it playing on your phone or is it?
Let's see.
Is it playing on your phone?
Come on, yeah, we good.
Okay, come. All right, Shalom. First off, we want to start off, as always, by giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh.
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash.
Double honors unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing his work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And once again, we're back through the spirit of Yahweh Shai Shai on this Thursday night to bring you brothers and sisters prophecies and current news events. All right. You know, a couple of brothers from JMS Houston camp, as you should know. This is something we do, man. You know, every Thursday, man, the Most High has blessed us to continue to fight and to push on, man. And prophecy is manifesting itself. Okay, we got some things lined up through the spirit, man. And I'm excited, you know. For me personally, I'm very excited, all right, about these times, man, because we're getting very close to the kingdom, man. Okay? And that's what it's all about, man. Looking towards the kingdom, looking towards salvation. But we understand that certain prophecies have to take place in order for us to receive that glory and that honor. All right? You got anything, brother?
La, bro, you got it.
Come on. And shalom to you, brothers and sisters on the coming board, man.
Shalom.
So the first thing that I just wanted to mention here is this article that I have from let me see. Yeah, this article here from CNBC News, okay, which this article came out today. And I just want to briefly speak about this here. This says Amazon to launch pay by palm technology at all Whole Food stores by year end. So every Amazon Whole Food store will allow their customers to be able to pay by the palm of their hand, by just waving their hand over this, system that they have, and they read their palms and they can be able to pay. This is just a step to the MOTB, man. This is gradualism, okay? As the scripture says, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, meaning of his plans, all right? His thoughts. He's conditioning the people, all right, to pay in this way. And Amazon will not be the only store that do this, man. Walmart gonna do it. HEB gonna do it. And all these stores around the country and the world will eventually adopt this technology, okay? And it's all gonna lead to the MOTB. Now just get a quick, so here's a little picture of it, okay? It says in the small print here, it says Amazon is bringing its palm scanning payment system to a Whole Foods store in Seattle, the first of many planned future locations to roll out the technology. So this is a picture of it, all right? Eventually you're going to have that C-hip in your hand and be able to pay, all right? But reading a small portion here, it says, it says Amazon, and let me know, brother, if I need to zoom in or something.
I can look good. You straight.
Okay, all right. It says Amazon will let shoppers pay with their palms at all Whole Food stores by the end of the year, the company announced Thursday, all right, today. It says Amazon One is a biometric technology that let users enter and pay for items at stores by placing a palm over a scanning device, all right? It says shoppers first have to connect their palm to a store credit card. After that, they can pay by simply waving their hand over the kiosk. So now they're letting you use a credit card, all right, to put into the phone, an app or something, and you can just wave your hand and pay. You can lose that credit card. You can't lose that C-hip, man, because it's going to be inside your body unless you lose a limb, or lose your head. But you can lose that credit card, man, and also get that information, stolen from you. But that C-hip is going to be in your body, okay? And every store that you go to will allow you, all right, to buy and sell because you're going to be down with the system, okay? Reading a little bit more here. It says, the company first introduced the technology in its Go cashierless stores, but later began adding it to Whole Food supermarkets. Amazon One is now in more than 200 Whole Food locations, and the company said it will be available in all of the upscale groceries, roughly 500 stores, in the coming months. Amazon said Thursday is seeing growing demand for the technology, with it recording 3 million uses of Amazon One. So it's a growing demand for this technology, for this cashless, technology, man, to where you become the money. you can wave your hand and swipe, man. But it's a growing demand for this technology. And it will be for all the world, okay? Very, very soon. It says, a last paragraph, and I'll move on, man. It says, the company has increasingly marketed its physical stores technology to the third parties as part of a unit that now sits under its Amazon Web Service Cloud division. It says Amazon has signed deals with airport stores, sports stadiums, and concert venues to install its palm-based payment tech and cashless checkout system called Just Walk Out. Did you hear this, man? Let me just highlight that part again. Amazon has signed deals with airport stores. So when you go to the airport and you're feeling hungry and you want a snack, you will have to have this Amazon account, all right, with your credit card stored in the app so that you can just swipe your hand and buy what you want out of the airport. It says sports stadiums. And people be hungry at different games, man. Okay, the NBA games, NFL, soccer, whatever, man. But if you want to buy something from Amazon, you're going to have to be in the system, man. It says, in concert venues to install its palm-based payment tech and cashless checkout system called Just Walk Out. So you can just go in there, all right, get what you want, swipe your hand, and then leave. This is where the earth is heading, brothers and sisters, all right? And the brother got some information too, about the FedNow and everything. But quick precept here. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 in the GNT Bible. It says, the Lord's answer to Habakkuk. It says, I will climb my watchtower and wait to see what the Lord Yahweh will tell me to say and what answer he will give to my complaint. Because in chapter 1, Habakkuk was complaining about the wickedness of the world. Really, he was complaining about Esau, okay? And so this is the Lord's answer to his complaint, all right? About the state of the world, about wickedness and everything, man. It says, verse 2, the Lord Yahweh gave me this answer. Write down clearly on tablets what I revealed to you so that it can be read at a glance. Put it in writing because it is not yet time for it to come. And this is why we have these prophecies, this Bible here in paper form. Okay, the prophets, they wrote down these visions, man. But guess what? They didn't understand those visions. But we're here back today to break down those visions and to give the sense of what the Bible is talking about, man. Because you have a lot of people, okay, man, who claim to know the scriptures, who claim to have the breakdowns, and they don't. And when you listen to them, it's clear they ain't got the breakdowns, man, or the understanding, okay? It says, verse 3, put it in writing because it is not yet time for it to come, but the time is coming quickly, okay? And we're seeing this, man. The time is coming quickly to where this MOTB is about to be established in the earth, man, all right? FedNow is pretty much a plumbing system for the CBDCs, man, for central bank digital currencies, okay? And it just so happened, brother, I was thinking about it, man. I said, bro, it just so happened that FedNow lunch on a Thursday,
Right. Right.
I'm like, look at that, brother. Most High giving us a gift, brother, through the Spirit. I mean, as long as we've been talking about FedNow, man, and just all of a sudden FedNow lunches on Thursday, July 20th, man, when we do our live shows. Okay, constantly talking about this stuff, man. So all praise to you, how about Shema Shai, man. All right. So finishing out this precept here, it says, put it in writing because it is not yet time for it to come true, but the time is coming quickly. And what I show you will come true. It may seem slow in coming, but wait for it. It will certainly take place and it will not be delayed. So these prophecies, brothers and sisters, they seem slow in coming because brothers, starting with the apostles and the elders, have been talking about these things for years. And at first, you couldn't see it, all right? But now you're starting to see it, man, because we have articles and videos, and it's right there at the doors, man. It's only a matter of time before this thing truly, truly hits. And that's it, bro, okay? With FedNow lunching today, ain't no turning back, bro. They're setting the foundation for the CBDCs to be issued out to you Americans, man. Okay, and the brother gonna go into that information. All right. So that's it on this here. Okay, for this article, brothers and sisters can go and read this on your own. Okay, read all of it. Karabaj, you might put it inside the chat for them. Baba Kasha, if you could. Khan, yeah. So moving on here to my next thing. All right, and I'm gonna pass it over to the brother.
Yeah, you could just send it to me. I'll put in that private chat or text it to me.
Oh yeah.
Matter of fact, I got him.
Okay, come. Yeah, I'm gonna check my phone. Like, oh shit, I didn't see the brother. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. All right. Yes. Here. All right. So my next thing that I have here is a movie trailer. Okay, called Oppenheimer. And if you brothers has been paying attention to the apostles and different brothers have spoken about this movie that's coming out this Friday. Okay, and I encourage all you brothers and sisters to please go and watch this movie. Now, you don't have to go, physically to the movie and watch it. Okay, you can wait till it drop or see it, bootleg, however you want to do it. But this movie, man, is a very, very powerful movie. Okay, because in this movie, you're gonna find out, all right, how those nuclear bombs, well, the atom bomb, all right, with Oppenheimer came about. How these nukes and everything that we talk about, that the scriptures talk about, came about, man. You'll find it in this movie, okay? Don't be lazy, man. Because if there was, some goddamn, what did Jake to watch, brother? What movie Jake want to watch?
Man, Jake be stuck on them so-called reality TV shows.
Yeah. There was what is shit? Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
Yeah, shit. Jake watch it all day, every day. Because see, this movie, or to some of y'all, won't be as exciting. But to us, who know the scriptures, who are into things like this movie going to be everything to us, man. Because it shows the power of Yahweh Bashim Hawashai. It shows how he gave Esau the knowledge to put these ICBM missiles together, man. Okay. Now, with Oppenheimer, okay, once again, they, split the atoms and made the atom bomb. But now we have nuclear bombs. All right. But it started here. Okay. This is the root of it, man. With this guy, Oppenheimer. And this video here called Operation Paperclip, the secret recruitment. This is a good documentary to go watch. Okay, please go and watch that, Baba Kasha, so that you can see how they got those different scientists and things, man, to pretty much put those bombs together. All right. I'm not going to play it. I encourage you to go watch it. All right. Because I'm going to just, pretty much just move through this here so I can pass it to the brother. But please go watch this, man. It's called Operation Paperclip. Also Google Operation Paperclip, man. It's a bunch of documentaries on it, but you can go read the information as well. Operation Paperclip is tied into this movie. Okay. It's tied into this movie, man. And it's also a fire documentary. Okay. About Oppenheimer that you can go and watch. Okay, this one right here, man. This hold up. Let me play through here too.
It's time to switch to Verizon.
I'll let this crap play out here first. Yeah, but it's a good documentary to go and watch. Okay. I was watching this last night, but it says Oppenheimer, the decision to drop the bomb, 1965. Please go and watch this, man. Bob Bashar, just put them in the chat if you could, just so our brothers can have the information. If not, just go back and watch the video, man. But please go and watch this, and watch it before you go to the movie. Okay, watch this before you go to the movie. Watch this before you go to the movies. Read about it, okay? So that when you go to the movie and see the Oppenheimer movie, you can be somewhat informed on what you're watching. And also, the scriptures will make more sense to you, man, as we break them down about the ICBM missiles. Because most people think we're crazy when we say that nuclear bombs are prophesied in the Bible. We sound crazy to them. But guess what? We're supposed to. Okay? We're supposed to sound crazy to y'all. But it's true, man. It was set up by the Most High. Now, real quick, I'll read this here. Isaiah 9:5, it says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood." That's how ancient warfare was fought. If you ever seen the movie 300 before, or the movie Troy, okay, it gives you a good example of this first sentence here. All right. It says, "But this," meaning this coming war, "shall be with burning and fuel of fire." Okay. And that's going to be by way of those ICBM missiles, man. Okay. This is why we're stressing to go and watch this movie, man. Please go and watch this movie, bro. Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 54:16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire." A smith in the ancient world, all right, was a man who made weaponry. Okay. He made weaponry, all right, for the different, armies and soldiers, man. Well, today the smiths are these scientists, okay? And Oppenheimer is one of those smiths, man. This guy here. Where he at? Oppenheimer, okay? He's one of those smiths, okay, that the Heavenly Father created and gave this knowledge to make these missiles. Okay, it says, and they're bringing forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. The waster is talking about those ICBM missiles, man. Okay, and Oppenheimer plays a major role in this scripture, man. He plays a major role in this, man. It was through him that this stuff got put together. So now, I'm going to read Joel chapter 2, okay, because Joel chapter 2 speaks about the ICBM missiles, all right? But it speaks about it in a parabolic form or in a dark saying. But as you read through it, you see that it's talking about ICBM missiles, man, which will be used in World War III, okay? And if you've been paying attention to the news, World War III has gone mainstream. Everybody is talking about it, man. There's more and more tension between NATO and Russia and China, okay? And North Korea and Iran, all these other nations, man. They're constantly beefing, constantly talking noise. Eventually, it's going to lead to a nuclear conflict. But it's been already prophesied here in the Holy Scriptures. So let me read through this here, and I pass over to you, Wak.
Even if I could add, and the current thing too with NATO, with Ukraine, you just had I think it was a general in America in the U.S. Army. He said, "Look, we ain't ready to go to war with Russia right now." Now this is the issue. Now with NATO, American NATO, they got the the thinking of you mess with one, you mess with all.
Right.
So they saying, look, well, if Ukraine get into NATO and Russia's still there and they going to war, the first thing that Russia do or move on Ukraine, then what? The whole NATO got to retaliate according to what they rule of law. They're gonna have to retaliate, and so what's that's gonna go to straight what the scripture said, man. You got it though, bro.
Yeah. Real quick, just to back you up, brother. About if NATO, if Ukraine joins NATO, and they're trying to join NATO, okay, it's a process. But they're trying to get Ukraine to join NATO. And as your brother said, if or when Ukraine joins NATO, and if Russia shoots one missile, if they shoot one bullet in Ukraine,
Right.
That's World War III. And it's based off this here. This is Article 5, okay? And I spoke about it in one of my previous lessons, but I'm going to show it again. This is Article 5. This is from the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, okay? This is from NATO's website. So you can go there and look it up for yourself, man. But it says a collective defense in Article 5, all right? So here we go here. It says the principle of collective defense is at the very heart of NATO's founding treaty. It remains a unique and enduring principle that binds its members together, committing them to protect each other and setting a spirit of solidarity within the alliance. Now, jumping down here, okay, now get to the point, man, and I'll get back to the scriptures. Reading on this section here, it says a cornerstone of the alliance, all right? And now, let me see. Okay, yeah, so I just read these three here. It says, in 1949, the primary aim of NATO's founding treaty, was to create a pact of mutual assistance to counter the risk that the Soviet Union would seek to extend its control in Eastern Europe to other parts of the continent. Who and what is the Soviet Union? Russia. So NATO came together to fight against Russia. But really they came together because of prophecy, because NATO and the EU is the beast spoken about in the Holy Scriptures. And America is the woman or the whore that rides that beast, as it speaks about in the Holy Scriptures, okay? It says, every participant country agreed that this form of solidarity was at the heart of the treaty effectively making Article 5 on collective defense a key component of the alliance. It says Article 5 provides that if a NATO ally is the victim of an armed attack, and right now Ukraine is a so-called victim of an armed attack, right? Because Russia invaded them and they're killing their troops and bombing things. So if Ukraine was to join NATO, there would be a victim of an armed attack. It says each and every other member of the alliance will consider this act of violence as an armed attack against all members. So every NATO country would join in, including America, because America is a part of NATO. They would join in on this fight, and you're going to get World War III. It says, and would take the actions if deemed necessary to assist the ally attack. So just backing up the brother Karab Bad there about if or when Ukraine joins NATO, World War III going to start. Like if Ukraine, so-called, joins NATO tonight, in the morning it will be World War III. But we know that's not going to happen because prophecy got to take place. This MOTB got to come and other things, okay? But just saying, if they was to join them, it's going to go down in the morning, player. All right? You better know it's going to go down in the morning. But it's not going to happen that way yet. All right? So going back to Joel 2 in chapter 1, it says, the terrible visitation, right? It says, blow you the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah cometh, for it is nigh at hand. And how we understand this or know this? By prophecy. We see the day of the Lord is coming, man. This is why our brothers are so adamant about preaching. So adamant about, look, man, take heed. Get your life together, man. Pray, fast. Do what you have to do to prepare your mind, your soul for what's coming down the pipe. It's about to get real out here, man. Verse 2 says, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there had not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Now, Joel, okay, he's saying a great people and a strong as if it's actual people in an army, but it's not, okay? He's actually talking about the missiles, and you're going to see that as I read on. He's comparing these missiles to an army, okay? A great and mighty army. He said, there had not ever been the like, neither shall be any more after it, okay? Because once these missiles get shot off, man, there will not be another event in the earth like that, man. There had never been seen like these missiles, bro. Like these ICBM missiles are incredible, okay? And they're going to do damage once they're shot off. But let's continue to read to prove that, man.
If I could add, I think it was Albert Einstein, but he said as a quote, he said he don't know what World War III gonna be fought with. He said, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones.
Right.
So in other words, whatever World War III was gonna be fought with, it was gonna bring it into the world. And in other words, humanity got to start all over. Yeah. You know. So, but now we know what that is. We can elaborate on what he was talking about as the brother going into. That's missiles, man. This is what the Lord had put into Esau as he was going into the Oppenheimer movie to be used in the last times, as it said, those arrows to shoot across the world, man, right, and bring forth the end. We in that time. And again, it ain't that they have to make missiles. No, they already made. They in the silos. That's it. We just waiting on however the Lord about to have the story play out. But you got it, bro.
Right, yes, sir. This is why I'm stressing to go watch this movie, man. Okay, I'm not going to get all into detail about it, all right? Because I want you to go and watch it and think, okay? Go watch it, think, take notes, man. And I'm sure a lot of brothers, including the apostles and the elders, will do responses to this movie, man. I can almost see it right now, man, because I know that I want to do a response to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you brothers and sisters, all right, just to go and watch those documentaries, all right, and, take some notes, man. Learn. So you can see why the scriptures say what it says. And this is why I'm reading Joel chapter 2. Huh?
That'll mean as soon as you walk out the movie, do a quick hit. But
Yeah.
You got to go.
Claiming this shit. Yeah. Hey, look, you brothers and sisters out there, don't be in the movie theater screaming out scriptures in the movie theater.
And hit it with a, that's right.
Right. Yeah. Please do not be at the movie theater screaming out, that's Joel chapter 2. That's Isaiah 54. Do not be doing that, man. Please don't do that. Just watch the movie, okay, and just go home, man. Please do that. But here we go here. Joel 2 and 3, it says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. So even in his first sentence here, okay, Joel is letting you know that this is not actual people. It says a fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. Brother, look, I already hear you typing out. Pull it up, brother. Pull it up, Bob. You got it?
I just want to get a nice little solid, message.
Yeah.
Now you keep reading, I'll find so.
Come on. It says, verse 3, yep, it says, a fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. It says, the land is as the Garden of Eden before them. What land is it talking about? Babylon the Great. This is the land that is destined to be destroyed by those nukes, man. Not because I say so, it's biblical prophecy, man.
Far enough to strike targets in
Now, real quick.
This is North Korea's latest intercontinental ballistic missile, Hwasong 18.
Oh, you got it, bro.
Okay, come on. Yeah, the audio is playing.
It's back on you. You good?
Okay, come on. We'll see. Okay, Con. Yeah, so real quick, I just wanted to get Jeremiah real quick, all right, to show that Babylon is the land, is the country that will be bombarded with ICBM missiles, thus said the Bible, okay? But the Bible don't say the word nuclear missile or ICBM missile because that terminology wasn't around during the time of the prophets, man. Nuclear bomb, atom bomb, that wasn't around. But what the prophets did do was that they used the terminology of their time and describe what they saw. And this is what Jeremiah said here, okay? It says, Jeremiah 15:13, it says, because of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited. What is it talking about? Babylon. But it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. It says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. What is the bow talking about? The bow is talking about the silo, okay, that hold the ICBM missile just as the bow holds an arrow. It says, shoot at her, spare no arrows. So all the nations who possess ICBM missiles, they won't spare not one arrow, not one missile. Everything will be shot on Babylon, okay? It says, for she has sinned against the Lord Yahweh. It says, shout against her round about. She had given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her as she had done do unto her. So this place is destined to be bombarded by missiles, man. Okay? Not because I said so. This is the Holy Bible speaking. And real quick, I wanted to get Second Ezra, real quick, okay? Because I'll be doing you brothers and sisters a disservice if I don't grab a Second Ezra 16, okay? And you know what, Salakia? I get it in the KJV. I get it in the KJV because I like the wording of it here. Second Ezra in the 16th verse, all right? To show you that these things are in the Holy Scriptures, man. So this is Second Ezra 16, all right? Second Ezra 16, starting at verse 12. It says, the earth quaketh, and the foundation thereof, the sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. Verse 13 says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. Once again, what is the bow talking about? The silos that holds the missiles, okay? It says, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp. The arrows are the actual ICBM missiles, man, that will be shot off in the world. But it says his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, meaning what? They're going to hit their targets. And Joel chapter 2 is going to go into that. It says, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. You cannot shoot an actual bow and arrow from the coast of Florida unto the west coast of Africa. It's impossible. It's impossible. But there is an arrow that can be shot from America to any country. It's called an ICBM missile, man. Intercontinental ballistic missile, meaning what? It has the capability to go from one continent to another. This is why it has the name intercontinental. The Bible already spoke about this, okay? Before those missiles was made, it was already given to the prophets, man. And we're here now to break it down through the Spirit, man. Ezra, all he was doing was trying to explain what he saw, man. He compared those missiles to a bow and arrow, but it wasn't a bow and arrow. It was an ICBM missile that he saw shot into the ends of the world. That's the other side of the world, man. So you can't tell me that these things aren't true. It's in the scriptures, man. So going here back to Joel, all right, it says, a fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burning. It's the missiles, man. It says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. So once these missiles hit this continent, or I should say this, this country here, it's going to make it a desolate wilderness, man. Read Isaiah chapter 13. Read Isaiah chapter 34. Read Jeremiah 50 and 51. Read Revelation chapter 18. It speaks about this country being desolate, man. Being turned into a big desert that will be inhabited by desert-like creatures, man. But it says nothing shall escape them. Nothing is going to escape these ICBM missiles, man. Unless you're on the chariots. But if you're on the swords of America, you will be wiped completely out, guy. This is why we tell you, brothers and sisters out there, man, to take this truth serious, man. Stop BSing around. Do what you need to do, man. Get it together. Because we're very, very close. Okay, I don't know if you know it or not, but we're very close. It says, verse 4, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses. So it's not actual horses. It's not an actual army of people. It's the appearance of it, man. The liken to it. It says, and as horsemen, so shall they run. It says, like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. So it's as a strong people. It's not an actual people. It's the ICBM missiles, man. It says, before their face, the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. Why? Because when people see these missiles get shot off, all game playing, all TikTok dances, all this bullshit, gonna be out the window, my guy. It's gonna get real immediately, okay? Immediately it will get real. There are ICBM missiles here in Texas, man. And when they get shot off, you're gonna hear it, man. It's gonna break the sound waves. So all faces will be in much pain, man. These people gonna be bugged out. Okay, you know what? Let's get the Hebrew, right? Let's get the Hebrew. These people gonna be bugged out, okay, at the sight of these missiles, man. All right. Hello, brother. That's a word out.
Which one you looking for?
Hello, but hold up. Computer, man. It's like, is it freezing up, brother?
It's working.
Probably my internet. It's like here, brother. Here we go. This is the word, Hebrew word H2343, kawal. Okay. It says to twist, whirl, dance, ride, fear, tremble, travail, be in anguish, be pained. The people will be in anguish, man, and travail as a woman, in fear, okay? Completely bugged out, right? Distressed, okay? It's gonna get real, man. Let me see here. Yeah, this is on that bird. Yeah, but everybody gonna be afraid, okay? All gameplay gonna be out the window, man. All this shit talking, all gonna be out the window.
Right.
It's gonna be out. It's gonna get serious fast. All smiles gonna be gone. It's gonna get real. It says they shall run like mighty men. So they're not actual men. These are the missiles. Joel is comparing them to running like mighty men, being in action. It says they shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march everyone in his ways. They shall not break their ranks. Meaning what? These missiles are going to go exactly where the Heavenly Father want them to go. And mainly that's to America, okay? It says neither shall one thrust another, right? Meaning what? They won't have a malfunction, midair or bump into each other. They're going to go right to their targets, man. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his paths. Meaning what? Go exactly where the Heavenly Father want them to go. Okay? It says, and when they fall upon the sword, meaning what? When they encounter, okay, a nation's, missile defense system, right? To try and shoot them down, it says they shall not be wounded. So the Heavenly Father is going to make sure that these missiles get to their target, man. Even if they encounter some trouble, they will get to their targets, man. Because the Most High He gonna put His Spirit on these missiles, man.
I got a quick one.
Go ahead, brother.
Just to show, you said, sound like a little echo.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know if my computer, brother.
I just put it on mute, but
okay.
Because you said the main target is right over here in Babylon the Great, which that's the same thing Isaiah the 34th chapter say when it spoke of Basra and Edom being a sacrifice. I'm gonna get this real quick. The 2nd Esdras 15 and verse 41. It says fire and hell and flying swords. And the brother he been going into what them swords is, what those arrows that's gonna be flying from one part of the earth to the other is. That's missiles. And now, as we see as missiles, let's see what a target is, or the main place they're going to come. It says, fire, hell, and flying swords, and many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great mercies. It says, and they shall break down the cities. That's the same thing Joel said that you read, not. And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood and grass of the meadows, and their corn is the point. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon and make her afraid. And they shall come to her and besiege her, the star and all wrath shall they pour out upon her. And it shows Babylon, and then shall the dust and smoke go up unto heaven, and all they that be about her shall well because of her, man. You got it, bro.
That's in Revelation chapter 18. This place is destined to be destroyed, man. And now we see why harsh judgment is written for this kingdom, man. This place is filthy on all levels, man. America is a terrible, terrible country with terrible, terrible people, man, that will be destroyed by the Most High. Okay? So back here in the scriptures, it says, verse 9, okay, you're going to close that pass to you, brother. It says, they shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run up on the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. Verse 10 says, the earth shall quake before them, and the heavens shall tremble. Why? Because when these missiles come, man, especially when they hit the planet Earth, it's going to shake the planet Earth, man. As it says here in Isaiah chapter 24, okay, that the earth shall rail to and fro like a drunkard. Because this destruction is going to be great, man. Real quick. Here we go. This is Isaiah, you know what? I'll start here at 18. Isaiah 24 and 18, it says, and it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open. Meaning what? The missiles are coming through the atmosphere, man. Nothing will stop them, okay? No defense system, no praying, nothing. The windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake because the missiles are going to drop. It says the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. This earth is going to shake terribly, man, because of the missiles and also the fire that Yahushua coming with, man. It says the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again, meaning Esau's kingdom won't rise again. Because Jacob is next, okay? These missiles are going to wipe out Esau's kingdom, man. All right, the Most High God made this nigga so that he can, so he can put these missiles together so that he can destroy, man. Mr. Oppenheimer, all right, and all you scientists, thank you. So back in Joel 2 and 10, it says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining from the smoke. That big mushroom cloud, it's going to block out the heavens, man. It's going to be devastating in that day, okay? Very devastating, man. It says, and the Lord Yahweh shall utter his voice before his army. So those missiles are the armies, or is the army of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? Our Lord, look, man, he has Yahweh Shai and the angels as an army. He got the Israelites as an army, and he got these missiles as an army, man. And he's going to use all three. Okay? But especially these nukes, man. It says, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executed his word. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Only the elect, man, because we're going to be in those chariots, Lord willing. Okay, it says, therefore also now said the Lord, turn ye even to me with all your heart, with fasting and with weeping and with mourning. So the Lord is telling us all to repent and get it together, man. Because you don't want to take no part in Joel chapter 2, verse 1 through 11. You don't want to take no part in that, my guy. I don't. So the Lord saying, well, turn ye even to me with your whole heart. Stop BSing, man. Fully commit to this truth, man. Fully commit to it. If you got one foot in the world and one foot in the truth, brother, most I'm not dealing with that. You have to fully commit. Okay, it says, and with fasting and with weeping and with mourning. It says, and rend your heart and not your garments, and turn unto the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful and slow to anger and of great kindness, and repented him of the evil. So get it together, man, because great destruction is coming. All right. And once again, please go and watch this movie, man. All right. So you got it, Karabad.
Come on, let me see. I put my screen up. Okay, come on. All right, so yeah, so as brothers, Akim Aqua, I've seen the title. It says FedNow has launched today, man. Which is a beautiful thing. Call Law Yahweh Shim Yahushai. Because as the brother mentioned earlier, man, since last year sometime?
Right.
Pretty much every Thursday, the Lord had us speak on it, bring out either articles, videos, but touching on it. And now I'm seeing it actually going live. As they say, look, going live as we is right now, they just went live today too. You see? Now, do this mean tomorrow when we wake up, it's going to be chipping stations everywhere?
Right.
No, do that mean, you go to the gas station to get gas, they said, now you can't do it. You got the FedNow. It ain't going to be like that. You see, they setting the system in place, as we would know, the groundwork, the infrastructure to enable the system to provide a CBDC to the citizens, man. Now this FedNow is mainly go impact the banks, certain credit unions, right? People that deal with money or loans. This is for them to get that set in place. Because how would it be if the citizens get a CBDC, but the banks ain't ready for a system like that? No, they got to get the system set up first, and that's what they're doing. And they've been running trial runs way back, I think, since beginning of the year. So it ain't like they just trying it out. No, they been running trial runs. You see, and I wonder if the let me see where the map at. So like this a little detour. I'm gonna check the map real quick. See if they updated it yet. Cause it's pretty much what getting to that stage. Development. See, they updated it. Because America last week I was on 45 research, the blue. So now it's in development stage, man. Next is pilot. And in the pink, the next step after pilot is going to be launched. And this talking about CBDC status. And again, the FedNow, that's just the system that's being set up. CBDCs is what the people, going to be pushed to use. And that's, brother's been bringing out in the news, starting with the apostles, the elders and, brothers, how they saying this thing will have to be put under your skin. Right. But again, going into this, I'll read a little bit. We ain't got to stay long because, again, we talk about it. So we've been following the process of it. And that's why. You got it.
Are you mind zooming in a little bit on it?
Okay, come. Let me see. Oh, damn. I don't know why they ain't let me.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because it's a pop-up. That's why.
But hey, that's why it's important because people may have a problem that the prophets in the whole talk about the same things, right? Because the prophecies don't change, man. The prophecies stay the same, the scriptures stay the same. It's the news that we got to stay updated with. Jake just wait on stuff to happen. I think it was Bishop Nate. Maybe he said when we was talking to that Jamaican dude, and he said, that's not what I said, moron. It was just nothing wasn't happening yet. Right? Jake wait on stuff to happen for them to see it. No, the prophets are sent out to get this information to warn the people before it come. Right? But it goes on to say, it's again today, July 20th, 2023, it says the FedNow service launches. It's a big day in payments news. The FedNow service is now live. On July 20th, 2023, the Federal Reserve, which the Federal Reserve is the central bank for America. Countries got their, own central banks, where the Federal Reserve is the central bank for America. So that's why, again, FedNow. And another thing too, that's why they doing it through the government, because as we said last week, banks can't make laws and rules and put stuff on the books. They could barely tell their customers what to do outside of the banks, outside of JP Morgan. So they can't put rules. That's why it had to be done through the Fed, through the government, and then it trickled down onto the financial system. So they're able to cut you out of society if you don't with your finances, if you don't get down with the plan, man. That NWO. But it says the Federal Reserve announced the landmark instant payment infrastructure has launched with 35 participating financial institutions. And it's just starting, everybody hopping on board. It says the U.S. Department of the Treasury's Bureau of the Fiscal Service and 16 service providers. The new FedNow system enables participating U.S. banks and credit unions to safely and efficiently transfer funds instantly, any day at any time, on behalf of their customers. It says launching the FedNow service is an important step in the journey toward advancing instant payments across the United States. And again, this is just the first step. Now, it's not the CBDC, it's not that, right? Because once this gets set up, now all we waiting on is, again, maybe what they call a false flag or a certain crisis or another demic, a lockdown, for that to come into play once these banks got their system set up. And then look, may go on a lockdown, who knows? Or the lights go off and everything come back on. It's going to be this new way of doing things, man. They could throw out, the CBDC. They could give people that UBI, Universal Basic Income. Matter of fact, it was another article came out too the other day saying how central banks was going to persuade people with a UBI to put that CHIP under their skin. Let me see if I can find it real quick. If not, I just throw it in the chat. All right, here we go. Real quick. And the header of this part of the article, and I throw it in the chat, it says central banks will convince people to adopt CBDC micro CHIP implants. That's the point I wanted. He says central banks will likely use a carrot and stick approach to convince people to adopt CBDCs under the skin, starting with creating economic crisis that will induce a demand for universal basic income, or UBI. Just like when them lockdowns, people weren't able to make money and get by as they was before. So they was forced to depend on that government assistance, which came by way of what it is, the stimulus check.
Right.
Well, the same thing they talk about happening, another crisis or whatever it may be, but this stimulus check gonna be digital. You see, and again, they setting up the system now, so whatever, when all this set up, the FedNow, more banks get added to it, right? More banks, more credit unions get added to it. Now, the people, once they go out, you got to be forced to get by because everybody gonna be with it already, man.
Right, and I also say this too, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget about the SDGs, man. Don't forget about those 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which the CBDC is a part of that. Digital IDs and everything, okay? It's all a part of it. And please don't forget that in September of this year in New York City, September the 18th and the 19th, they will be having the SDG Summit here in America. Joe Biden will be there. And they're going to talk about it, and they're going to make sure that Joe Biden and the other president, whoever he may be, they're going to make sure that they are meeting those 17 goals before 2030. Go ahead, brother.
That's it. And let's see. I'll read this part and I'll go back to the other article. And I got a little vid too. But it says central banks will then claim that they need. So this is a solution to Esau's problem. Central banks, and look, the problem that he creating. It says the central banks will claim they need the CBDC C-HIP implant to run the UBI, or the Universal Basic Income, efficiently. And such CBDCs will permit the denial of access to goods and services in accordance with government mandate compliance. That's what the brother was just talking about, right? Let's see. Here it is. It says, and Fitz said, digital surveillance and social credit systems will enable the central bank controlled credit to be adjusted or turned off on an individual basis.
Ooh.
That is. You can speak on it if you want to, bro.
Brother, hey. I mean, we didn't talk about it.
That's it, Rich.
We talking about it for a whole year straight. Yeah. This shit, bro, this finna happen, brothers and sisters. Like, you need to understand this. This stuff is coming very, very soon. But as we said last time, don't be troubled by it, okay? But look, just understand that times are about to get hard, and our comforts will eventually be taken away from us, man. It's gonna get real, okay? But we have Yahweh Bashim Hawashai, and that's enough. You know, go ahead, brother.
Con. So I'll finish this little point. I'll throw it in the chat. I'll move on. So it says, as banks and credit unions sign up and the network grows, more and more individuals and businesses will experience the benefits of instant payments and find them indispensable for everyday transactions. You know, but they going into how more people going to join on, right? It says, look, they're encouraging each of the nation's more than 9,000 banks and credit unions to join the FedNow service to help bring instant payments to Americans, man. So it's going down. I'm gonna throw that in the chat, and I got a quick precept. Real quick, this Jude of 9 again. Hey, I've been bringing this out every week, but you can bring it out. Hey, bring it out. This Jude of 9, real quick, because everything's set. It's set. It's set. And that's another thing I was thinking about that earlier, because you know these other camps, they may look at it as for example, the apostles, you know, they've been talking about the MOTB, you know, the C-HIP since 07 or on YouTube, you know?
Right.
Now, all these years it took just for 1 or 2 articles, 3, 4 articles in a news clipping, couple news clippings to come out and say they're talking about putting it under the skin. So Jake looking at it as, man, look how long it took, you know, just for the media to talk about it, in other words. So they think that it's going to take a long time for it actually to come to pass. But this the thing, now that the system is beginning to be set up, it don't have to take long no more. That's the thing. It's ready. It's ready, man.
Bro. Jake, bro. The apostle got on YouTube in 2007, right? It's 2023. Do the math. That's not long, Negro. Your ham and cheese mindset is what making you think that it's a long time. It's not a long time. 100 years ago wasn't a long time. 200 years ago, that wasn't a long time. That was, as what's his name? Joe Rogan said, there were 2 people ago.
Right.
2 people who lived to be 100. They were back there. Okay, they're not long, man. But niggas got this, you know, microwave ham and cheese mindset. They want everything instant, like noodles and shit. Ain't got no patience, man. The word of the Lord takes time to develop. Okay, so look at slavery, right? He gave that to Moses, what, 3,000 years ago? 3,500 years ago. Look how long it took us to go into slavery on slave ships. It took a long time for that to happen. Shit, 2,000 plus years for that to happen. But it was written. But the Most High said what? My thoughts is in your thoughts. My ways is in your ways. Okay? And he's not on our time. We on his time, man. Go ahead, Doc.
Kind of real quick, this Judah, in the Apocrypha, Judah 9 and 5, it says, for thou, and it's talking about the Most High. It says, for thou hast wrought not only those things, but also the things which fell out before, and what she going into, she prays on the Most High for everything he done. You see, like, look, it is again a good precept for Isaiah 46, 9 and 10, that the Most High had the end established before the beginning even was, roughly paraphrasing. So that's what she's speaking of. But it's a point just to go into how, look, man, we at the end. All these things are set and ready to go. This Jude of 9 and 5, it says, for thou hast wrought not only those things, but also the things which fell out before and which ensued after. And thou hast thought upon the things which are now and which are to come. It says, yeah, what things? And what's them things? The prophecies, the visions that was given up to the prophets to happen in the end times. It says, yeah, what things thou didst determine were ready at hand, man. They ready, and said, lo, we are here. You know, a nigga say, man, we here. I'm here. You know, hit their chest. What the Lord word saying is here, ready to go. It says, lo, we are here, for all thy ways are prepared, and thy judgments are in thy foreknowledge, man. And I get this real quick, because something you said, about not letting it trouble us, right? And that reminded me of what Yahushua was telling the disciples before he left them. And that's why he said, look, I'm telling you all these things before it happens, so you don't have to be troubled, man. Right. So you could be warned ahead of time. Well, that's the point of, you know, daily lessons as the apostles to Hawk pushed on the body, updating daily, doing the work daily. But real quick, this John 16, and it's the NLT. I'm gonna get straight to the point. In verse 4, John 16 and 4 in the NLT, it says, yes, I'm telling you these things now, so that when they happen, you will remember my warning. And that's the point of doing these videos. So when prophecy do come to pass, Isaiah 33 and 6, brothers, Akim, Akwaf could be what? Stable, Lord willing. Hey, Apostle Peter said it. Thinking not strange concerning the fiery trials which shall try us.
Right.
So we being told ahead of time. This is a blessing that the Lord gave us. You know, it's like he let us in on, you know, on his war plans, man, on his secrets. It says, I didn't tell you earlier because I was going to be with you for a while longer, you know. But I'll move on. I'll play this just a little bit, and I want to hit, you know, a couple of things going into this global famine. But I'll play a little bit of this. Now, this is a dude named Steve Ram, right? And he's just going to speak on it a little bit. And again, we should, you know, already be updated. It's a weekly thing, you know, but it says it launched today, the digital CBDC plan coming soon. So I'll go ahead and
monetary system as we know it is about to change. If you haven't already heard, the Federal Reserve today launched their long-awaited instant payment service, modernizing our relic systems and our entire financial system, our money, our cash, the way that we're paid. It is all about to change. The Fed launches real-time payment system. You can instantly transfer and access money 24 hours a day with FedNow. Now, this is the first in several steps to modernizing our financial system globally. Now, this is going to be on a national level for our U.S. central banks, but this is going to disrupt everything. And just to clarify, this has no relation to the CBDC that
it's some kind of echo or noise going.
All right, hold on.
that's underway right now is the Federal Reserve globally. Now, this is going to be on a national level for our U.S. central banks, but this is going to disrupt everything. And just to clarify, this has no relation to the CBDC that's underway right now. As the Federal Reserve clarifies, this has no relation to it, but it is the next step. And this is directly from the Federal Reserve's page for the central bank digital currency, or the CBDC, that they're planning to launch by the year 2030. They're saying that everything that we know about money and our monetary system will be transformed, updated, and money will be able to go to and fro at the speed of light. But not everybody's a fan. Ron DeSantis promises to ban CBDC if he's elected the president, as he's saying that this is too much control for the federal government to have a centralized digital currency that they are monitoring, accessing, controlling. They literally could just shut people's access to their money off if they desired. And although
Ron DeSantis ain't gonna stop nothing. He was broke up in the vid last week,
right?
Because how you gonna stop it again? You're not making the plans no more, man. This is coming from people over you. You got it, right?
Yeah. But I want to say is that Ron DeSantis is saying these things to gain your votes. Okay, if Ron DeSantis truly was a problem or a threat, to the NWO, they would take his ass out. If Donald Trump was a true opposition to the NWO, they would take his punk ass out too. None of them candidates are for you Negroes. But I really want to talk to you crackers out there, okay, to you Edomites. You got your hope in Donald Trump, man, as if he's a savior, okay? And they're, setting Donald Trump up as a savior. Now they're giving him a so-called, a smear campaign. But it's something to that, man. Donald Trump is bought and paid for. Ron DeSantis, all these guys, man. You think Donald Trump any different from Joe Biden? They're in the same banner, man. They answer to the same people. They all have an agenda. Go ahead, brother.
Come on. Let me go ahead and turn it back on.
The Federal Reserve is telling us that cash will still be available. And Wall Street banks also are saying that the digital dollar, they're bracing for it because it's going to be the next disruptive force, and cash will essentially go the way of the dodo in the race towards digital money 2.0, as we will finally be modernizing our monetary system, updating it, and cash essentially will no longer be needed, as we'll be able to transfer in real time one to another with an efficient system. Will not only be a digital currency of our own centralized government-controlled blockchain within the United States, but globally. Now, this just came out today. As I mentioned, it's all over the news, and I'm going to get you caught up on the latest on this, as this is not the end. This is just the beginning of the transformation of our global monetary system like we've never seen before. Now, I'm going to get you some of the latest details as to what happened today with the Federal Reserve, the central bank, and FedNow, so you know exactly what's going on with the latest. But before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you appreciate the updates, don't forget, smash the like button, hit subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? And let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so as always, link in the description below to this article that came out in the past 24 hours. There's articles left and right. This one's going to give us a little bit more clarification as to what's happening right now with FedNow that's going to be giving instant access to funds. Now, the article says that the U.S. Federal Reserve is due to imminently launch a long-awaited service which will aid to modernize the country's payment system by eventually allowing everyday Americans to send and receive funds in seconds, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The FedNow service, which has been in the works since 2019, will seek to eliminate the several-day lag that it commonly takes cash transfers to settle, bringing the U.S. in line with the countries including the United Kingdom, India, Brazil, as well as the European Union, where similar services have existed for years. FedNow is launching in 41 banks and 15 service providers certified to use the service, including community banks and large lenders like JP Morgan Chase, Bank of the New York Mellon, and U.S. Bancorp. But the Fed plans to onboard more banks and credit unions this year. The service will complete the private sector real-time payment system, including the clearinghouse's RTP network, and was initially opposed by big banks who said it was redundant. But many have since agreed to participate on the basis of FedNow will allow them to expand their services that they can offer clients. For us, FedNow really is a wonderful way of expanding reach. Unlike peer-to-peer payment services like Venmo or PayPal, which act as intermediaries between banks, payments made via FedNow will settle directly in central bank accounts. The Fed also operates a real-time payment system called FedWire, but that's reserved for large-scale, mostly corporate payments and is only operational during business hours. While the new FedNow system is for everyone, it's likely to benefit consumers and small businesses the most, analysts have said. We want our clients to benefit from these capabilities. We want that to be a competitive edge for us. Small banks, which often connect to FedWire via larger lenders, encourage the Fed to develop FedNow, arguing that it would allow them to access to real-time payments without having to pay larger competitors for the service. Having the Fed in the space makes our members' feet more comfortable that their needs will be met, that they will be treated fairly for pricing. FedNow will not charge consumers.
Now, if I can add one thing you said is that, again, small banks, even them, because we read all the big banks, they're already down for it. Now, small banks, they got to go to bigger banks or other lenders to get money. Well, not a Fed saying, oh, look, you could cut them out. Come straight to us now. You know, this gonna be the way to go now. With everybody getting down with, as you see, they started with the big ones, and it's gonna trickle down to the smaller ones. So it's gonna be no way out of it. No matter if you in Wells Fargo down the street or the one downtown, everybody go do it eventually, man. You know, I'm gonna play just a little bit more and I'll move on.
Institutions, a fear $100,000, but banks can choose to lower that cap if they need. So the FedNow service launched today, but just to clarify, this is not the CBDC that's coming, as the Federal Reserve has clarified this, that it has no relation to the CBDC that's on the way. The United States Federal Reserve clarified that its new service for instant payments between organizations, the FedNow service, has no relation to the CBDC or central bank digital currency. The Fed certified that the FedNow service as ready after it onboarded 41 financial institutions and 15 service providers and the U.S. Department of Treasury to test the system before its launch by the end of July of 2023. However, the central bank had to clarify that the promise of instant flat payments and real-time gross settlements is not powered by the CBDC.
Right, so we're not there yet. I'm still going, okay. So we're not there yet. You see, and I do want to go back to this because I looked at this last week. Now, this a CBDC tracker to tell you how close, countries getting to launching a CBDC. Right now, again, the FedNow is just a system being set up so we can have a central bank digital currency. Right, because again, the FedNow, that's who set it up, the central bank, Federal Reserve. But last week, America was in the research phase. They had this color, the light blue color, right? They was in a research phase, but now we see the system in play. They've been doing the test. Now it shows development over here, man. And next is pilot, and then after that it's straight launch. You see, you got who over here? Let's see, who right here? China, and China ahead of everybody, but China, their next step is launching this. It's gonna probably start with wholesale CBDC first, which is like business to business, but then eventually it's gonna be retail CBDC, and that's for each individual to use on their day-to-day life.
And here's a tweet from the Federal Reserve that says, is the FedNow service replaced? And this is a major step towards massive disruption in our financial system. Let's take a look at this. Organizations that have completed certification for the FedNow services. You can see participants on the left, service providers on the right. On the left, massive big banks are on board and also service providers well known as well. So let me know your thoughts. Do you support this? Do you think that we're going to be modernizing and updating our financial system? It will be ease of access for people to get their funds. Or do you think that this is too much government control to have a centralized bank where the DeSantis promises that if all
right, so that's pretty much it on that. But the point I wanted says all big banks are already down for it. Again, everything's starting from top down, man. And this Revelation 13 playing out perfectly. We just following the steps before it actually get implemented. That's the beauty of prophecy. You got some, Mark?
Yeah. I'm gonna read 2 Corinthians.
You got it.
Yeah, because I quoted it early, so I'll read it here.
Hold on, let me mute this real quick. You got it.
All right. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. And it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And we're seeing this devil devices, man. All right, we're seeing his plans. He's setting the stage, man. I don't know what it is. I guess still like an echo. I don't know if it's on my end.
Yeah, I ain't sure. I'm gonna go on mute then.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, but just saying, that we see, the foundation being set. They said FedNow had nothing to do with the CBDCs. That's a bunch of BS. Okay, they're gonna use it. All right, they're gonna use it, man. Guarantee they use it. But we're not ignorant, Esau. We see what you're doing, man. But most people can't see. Hold on, what you say? He said
it's good. Sound clear.
Oh, he said
no echo.
Okay, so I guess it's just between our computers then. Possibly.
Come.
Okay, yeah, man. Go ahead, buddy. You got it.
Come. And again, Esau, they tell you one thing, but it's the whole opposite.
Right.
This you gotta. This the beginning of it. You can't have a CBDC without the groundwork being laid first. That's all the FedNow is, coming in with that instant payment, real time system. That's it. And so once that's set up with the banks, then man, everybody else can roll in, start getting it just how they was getting that juice, you know. But I'm so you know that's pretty much it on that. Now I'm gonna play this video hopping into these. It's been talks about a global famine coming, right? Now this from London Real. This Robert Kiyosaki he interviewing, and it says the fall of civilization. We will have anarchy, then inflation and starvation. So even, you know, the changes that's happening with, you know, financially, all that's going to ball over into what? Higher prices, more people being stressed out, more people losing jobs, suffering. Now, look, again, that's going to lead to what? A shortage in food, which that's already been in play. You've been having all these meat farms that's been burnt down. I forget the last time we tracked it. I guess it was like well over 100 something or close to it. You know, I forget what they was. Manufacturing places that been getting burnt down. Bill Gates been buying up land, so on and so forth. Look, the Lord sending out plagues as in Egypt as before. Grasshoppers, right now, farmers in Utah complaining. You know, but all these things are happening at once. That's how we know we're at the end. So I'll play a little bit of this. And this is a quick little clip, nothing special, but we'll hop into it, touch on them famines.
Ukraine and what Biden's would do. He showed up there the other day. Like, how does this play out? And what do you see when you see this war in Ukraine? And obviously, we're sending lots of support there. Putin's, of course, doubling down. People are worried about World War III. Our drones are being taken down in the Black Sea. Things are escalating and potentially getting dangerous. Our mutual friend, Jim Rickards, is saying you really don't want to play around with things like this because, you know, these are two nuclear-powered states, and it only takes one.
Well, again, it goes back to Jordan Peterson, you know, college professor who spoke out. Now he's getting richer because he spoke out, thank God, which is a good sign. But as he says, you think tough men are dangerous? Wait till you see what damage weak men can do. And this guy Biden is the weakest president I think you and I've ever seen. He will sell his soul for a penny. I mean, his son, the reason he was in Ukraine is because I think his son Hunter Biden was his bag man trying to bring the money back. You know, you go, well, no, he would never do that. Oh, give me a break, you guys. Grow up. Grow up. The worst thing about it is I think we're on to World War III. But that's
what you're just speaking on, huh? You know, everybody see it. World War III at the door, famine at the door, the MOTB right there, right? Esau mad because he been outed with all this information, so he getting ready to move and come down with great wrath. All these things are happening just like the Lord said, man.
Right. And last night, Russia destroyed 60,000 tons of grain in Ukraine, man. They destroyed 60,000 tons of grain, bro. Like, that's going to affect something somewhere. That is crazy, all right? So, as a brother going into, man, things are getting prepared. And the Lord wouldn't let you pull it up. Right?
Yeah, because you sent it to me earlier. We couldn't get on it, though.
Right.
Yeah, it's popping up.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, but there you go.
60,000 tons destroyed, bro. That means something. Okay, there ain't no. That means something somewhere.
Right, somewhere.
Yeah. That means something somewhere, bro. Okay, it's real out here, man. But it's all Esau setting the stage. Really, is how about you know? Esau being used to set the stage. Okay, ain't nothing special about this nigga. He being used. But these things are going to lead to famine. Okay, harsh famines, as it says in the Holy Scriptures. And a famine is coming to America, man. It's in Revelation chapter 18 and other precepts, man. Don't think a famine is not coming here, bro. I know it seems impossible because food is everywhere on every corner. But guess what? The Most High God gonna make good on His word. If He said it's going to happen, Go ahead, brother.
That's it. That's gonna be the beauty of it, because these Americans, bro, like even I'm guilty of it myself too at times, right? But the thing is though, when food get taken away,
Yes,
man, that's gonna be different. And without you not having the Lord or not knowing about that the Lord can, divine intervention of miracles, oh man. But yeah, let me go ahead and play a little bit. I ain't got a couple more seconds.
As you know, the Ukraine is like the breadbasket of the world. So what comes next is after the financial collapse can start.
Oh, she said in Kyiv, huh?
yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah. That's in you.
Oh, that's the spirit. Okay. Man.
Yeah, I believe Ukraine number 1 and Russia number 2 in grain, I believe. Yeah.
See, that's 2 witnesses. Robert Kiyosaki back you up. So, yep.
Starvation. And one of the things, as you know, the Ukraine is like the breadbasket of the world. So what comes next is after the financial collapse comes starvation.
After the financial collapse, after what we've been talking about, after the financial collapse, we can expect all these other things to come into play too. And man, the Apostle Hall, he's been saying it ain't gonna take long. It's gonna happen quick, because it's gonna be set up now. They're gonna have a system now. Right? They're gonna have real-time payments. Now the only thing left, the citizens need to get it. Let's have a crisis. If they don't want to just offer themselves, let's make something happen in the world real quick to put fear into them so they can get it.
Right.
Come on, man. That's the times we're in.
Hey, so the brother y'all not about to put up here. Shalom, Mark.
Yes, sir. That boy said time. It says 2nd Ezra 16:22. It says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Right. Yes. So if you make it through the famine, all right, by eating a nigga, or doing what you do, the missile's gonna get you. So there's no escaping if you're wicked, man. There is no escaping if you're wicked, bro. But that famine is gonna kill a lot of people, bro, especially here in America, bro.
Man.
You Americans can go 2 minutes without putting something in your face. And this is why you got women who are 300 plus pounds. That is amazing. And it's shocking. Okay. You too goddamn big, man. Some of y'all are too big, bro. And it's like, how do you even get that big? Like, bro, how do you become 400 pounds? Oh, yeah, beautiful about the Maya. Beautiful precept, brother. Yeah, I'm thinking about that too. But yeah, man, how do you become 400 pounds?
Like what? When? Like you ain't see a cutoff at 295?
Yeah, like come on,
3?
Yeah, amazing. But those people who are that big like that, they're gonna be the ones who getting 8. Okay. All that fat stored in your body, right? Coca-Cola in your elbows. The niggas gonna eat your ass, man.
You ain't run nowhere. You gotta sit.
Where you gonna go?
Hey, that's gonna be a literal fulfillment of they show dwelling torments. you can't go nowhere. You got it, bro.
Brother, like I go to the grocery store sometimes, brother, and I be seeing young women riding around in them carts, bro. But they so big they can't even walk around HEB. They so big, man. That is a shame, man. But it's a testimony to how these people that got access, all right, to just food, just constantly eating food all the goddamn time. Like you big sloppy, just come on, bro. So when that famine comes to Babylon the Great, to America, man, these people are gonna lose it. Okay, you know that 11 o'clock feeling you get, like damn shit, I'm hungry. But imagine not having no food to go eat. Yeah, it's gonna get real out here. Instantly gonna get real, man.
Your insides start eating themselves.
Oh yes, these people can't, bro. Okay, yeah, but get a scripture that about the mind here, brother. Salaki. Yeah, Lamentation 4:9 says, "They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, or for these pine away stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. So it's better to die by the sword, man, by a gun, than to die starving. Okay, that is a harsh death. It's a slow death, but that's what's coming, man. That's the judgment of the Most High. Okay, brother got some fire precepts up here. Yeah, brother. What it is? Who it? Tazapanya.
Taz, come.
Hey, brother, shalom. Yes, sir, shalom. Go ahead, you got it, bro.
Should I get into these articles? I'll come here by the precepts.
Come
But
on.
right, let's play a little bit more.
I really liked about the U.S. Marine Corps and their pilot training was they taught us how to fight with no food. And within like 2 or 3 days, you're crazy. They threw us in the swamps of Florida wintertime. It was like -5 degrees. We're running around with no food. And within like 2 days, we were crazy.
Come on, man. This Marines, trained men who supposedly mentally tough. 2 days, he said they was tripping. They lost their mind. How much more than your average American? Man, look, and then you could tell it better than I can, but the grocery supplies and products in the store, now they would tell you on paper is 3 days, 2, 3, 4 days of food up in there. But that's in a day-to-day society where people are smiling, happy,
Right.
Walking in the parking lot, you have people walk in the store, you got to stop for them, you wave, tell them go by. Right? No, that's a regular day. You buying yayan. You see, that's a regular day is 3 or 4 days of food up in our products, not an emergency situation, not when people running in the stores. You see, when cashiers throwing down they duty and going to take what they got to take, man, in panic moments. That's the times we coming in,
Look, man, the average American can't go without a goddamn cigarette, let alone food. Okay. I seen a Jake at work, bro. He was fiending for that cigarette. He said, "Look, man, I can't work, bro. I need a cigarette."
You're scratching his neck. Oh shit.
True. With a damn Coca-Cola in his hand.
Oh man.
True. These Americans need cigarettes, they need pharmaceutical drugs, and they need Starbucks. they need that shit, bro. So imagine not having access to those things. Niggas are gonna lose it. Okay. Con, but it said that's why it's best to fast and pray often to prepare for these times. Con, brother. Con. Right. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Because as believers, man, fasting is something that you must be practicing, okay? And it might, happen to you, bro, to where you got to fast for 2 days, possibly. Who knows? But these Americans not going to fast for no 2 days. No, you're not going to fast.
Shit, you mentioned to them skipping brunch.
Yeah,
Not the set in stone ones, breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch. I added on one. They hot. Come on, man. But I get this real quick because what he said that just 2 days, trained men, military men, 2 days and not. And I mind you, this not Jacob's troubles 2 days.
Right.
You feel me? Jacob's troubles 2 days is you ain't at home. You feel me? Like you're on a run. One, it's a lack of food and water, a lack of answers because nobody gonna know what's going on, and a lack of sleep. Think about all those things put together. People trip out, they get hot, pissed off when they ain't sleep, when they ain't eat. The Lord gonna take all these things away, man.
Right. And you're gonna have your family with you, right? Your kids, mama and them, like, it's gonna be chaos.
Your tall son gonna be looking like a hot dog. And
yeah, you're gonna be chaos, man. Oh yes. Go ahead, brother.
All right, man. Hold on. Real quick, 2 Ezra 5. And let's see. 2 Ezra 5. I just started at 9. It says, and salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another, and then shall wit hide itself, this truth. So in other words, there ain't gonna be no answers to what's going on or what's to come when things really get real. It says, and understanding shall withdraw itself into a secret chamber, and shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. So when people ain't gonna have no answers, no food, a lack of sleep, don't know where their family at, the wives don't know where their husband at, children don't know where their parents at. It says, and then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon the earth. You go into this word right here, incontinency or incontinency is a lack of self-control. Right? So like Robert Kiyosaki just said, they started losing it just after 2 days. And I mind you, this was trained men, military men. So once all hell break loose and all these things be taken away, again, we about to hit on some food, right? Like this title right here, stock up while you can, which, you know, we ain't got to really stock up, but ain't nothing wrong with it. You feel me? That's a wise thing to do just in case, you know, but it says stock up while you can. 2.4 billion people already impacted by new global famine accelerating. But let's finish this. It says, right, and unrighteousness and incontinency shall be multiplied upon the earth. Verse 12, and at the same time shall men hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper, man. You know, so I'll go ahead and get into this first article, and I'll run through these, you know, and we can go ahead and end it. And I'll give you guys some, you know, just let me know. But this is from Natural News. This is from a couple of days ago on the 18th. It says 13 nations agree to engineer global famine by destroying agriculture, saying that producing food is bad for the planet. And that's to show you that the earth have been given into the hands of the wrong people. You know,
Sir.
They are creating a famine, bringing death to the world, saying, look, food is bad. When I know the Most High was bad now because of what they done to it. But the Most High, you know, the power said in the beginning, it was good. Everything was good. It was turned into bad, man, under the rulers thereof. You know, that's why people will be forced to eat bugs and, you know, mystery meat, so on and so forth. You got something, bro?
Yeah, I want to say, and also, this is why it's good to learn about the dietary law, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to know about the dietary law for, you know, certain situations like that. Because as Apostle, you know, who it was, Apostle Rakha told us face to face, he was like, look, man, you might be in a situation where brother got to go to the wilderness. And might have to eat out the land. Who knows? But it might get to that point. But having knowledge of the dietary law can help you out in nature. But who knows how the Most High going to do it? Okay, and that's who that was. I think it was who that was. It was Elias Woman today did a lesson about the real.
Oh yeah, the supremacist ones who own the food.
Right, yeah.
Come.
Yeah, man. Esau controls the food, bro. Okay, he controlled this stuff, so it's gonna get real, man. Go ahead, Doc.
See, the scripture saying one of all things.
Yeah.
You know, ain't no way around it. But I just read a little bit of this. It says, we are now being told that producing food is bad for the planet. To save the planet, globalists insist farms must be shut down across the globe. Why? Why? It's a saying, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But now that's why this whole thing have to be started over, because Esau, as the scripture says, messed up the world. He destroyed the world, man. Now he infecting the space, huh?
Right.
Got trash in space, a Coke can, you know, debris from a satellite.
Right.
But it says, under the guise of reducing methane emissions, 13 nations have signed a pledge to engineer global famine by gutting agricultural production and shutting down farms. Man, that's funny because I think Joel, because this is the time people go on a war, and you see, look, as the scripture said, they ain't worried about agriculture no more. You know, everybody set on war, right? Digital currency. That's what the world going on. But it says, right, 13 nations have signed a pledge. I'll make it bigger. Have signed a pledge to engineer global famine by gutting agricultural production and shutting down farms. Announced earlier this year by the Global Methane Hub, a cabal of crisis engineers who exploit public panic to destroy the world food supply. And those 13 nations are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Burkina Faso, Chile, the Czech Republic, Ecuador, Germany, Panama, Peru, Spain, the United States, Babylon the Great, and Uruguay. You see, so America participating in it, man. And look, we already been seeing it, you know. But I'm gonna throw this in the chat, and we can move on. Matter of fact, I get a quick precept too. This 2nd Ezra 15. I'm gonna go to this article. 2nd Ezra 15. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get 16. This 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 18. It says, "The beginning of sorrow and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death." So this is just the beginning of famine. Again, this is the process leading up to the things actually being fulfilled. It's the beginning of famine, but it's going to bring what? It says the beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars. Hey, the brother was talking about it earlier with Oppenheimer. The beginning, we coming into all these things happening. It says the beginning of wars, and a power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. And what shall I do when these evils come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. So the Lord is sending these things on the earth, these plagues, for the correction, man, of the world. You know, before Yahushua come put the world in order, he said it himself, is going to be fires that's going to be happening before he come. Those things are sent for the correction of the world as well, and also for the judgment of these people, man. Now, I'm going to hop into this one. This is a shout out to the brother Shamala. I asked him, he did a lesson on it. So I mentioned it real quick. So it says, and this is from End Time Headlines. This was put out the other day as well. And the title says, "Massive swarm of grasshoppers wreaks havoc in Utah, adding to dilemma of local farmers suffering from drought." And again, this is prophecy as well. And then it's in Utah, America, and a prophecy that said these farmers in 2nd Ezra 15, I get it, that these farmers was going to complain. That was talking about the new Egypt as well. But I'll read a little bit of it. And matter of fact, I'm going to read a little bit and I get the precept. And if you got some, you know, it says, "A massive swarm of grasshoppers has invaded Tuweli, Utah, causing significant damage to crops. The plague-like surge was captured by weather radar systems of National Weather Service on the evening of June 21st as it headed northeast towards the Great Salt Lake." Now I jump down. It says Alex DeSmet, a meteorologist, told the Salt Lake Tribune that the unusual radar detection of grasshoppers was associated with their distinctive non-uniform movement. So it's something like they never seen before. It says, unlike weather events such as rain or snow, grasshopper swarms exhibit irregular patterns. That is not a common thing. You know, the saying is of biblical proportions. We're about to start seeing a lot of things, as they would say, of biblical proportions. Because that's the time the Lord moving in, man. He's about to begin showing himself again to the world. It says, let me see, let me jump down. And again, this just likened it to what happened in ancient Egypt. The Lord sent those locusts, shit, grasshoppers, locusts, you know, probably the same family, but similar. But they were sent as a plague, though. Destroy crops back then in Egypt, and we seeing it happen now. And again, this is just the beginning, as Ezra just said. So I'm gonna jump down a little bit. Let's see. Oh, I might just throw this in there too. I just read this and we can move on. So it says, swarms of grasshoppers are notorious for their ability to quickly destroy crops, consuming vast quantities of wheat, spinach, corn, and other plants in a short period. And while grasshoppers are known to bite, their bites typically cause mild discomfort and are more of an irritation than a serious concern, man. So these things are happening. And like if you ain't got it, I get a quick precept.
No, you got it, bro.
So it's 2 Ezra 15, and I'm gonna start at 10. It says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter, and I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt." And this ain't talking about ancient Egypt. This that Revelation 11 and 8 Egypt, the spiritual one, America, Babylon the Great. And it says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and I will smite Egypt." Check it out. "And I will smite Egypt with plagues as before." So some of the Lord may have similar things happen to this new Egypt, or in the same likeness, but greater, or in a different fashion, man. And it's going to be other new things that ain't happening in Egypt, because this is a time like never before. But the point is, plagues are coming. And what's one of the things that happened in Egypt? The Lord sent locusts to destroy the crops. And that's the same thing we seeing right here. And again, it says the farmers complaining and suffering, right? I probably skipped over it. You know, because I know, we've been going for a little minute. So, right. But, it's somewhere up in here. The farmers complaining. Well, I'm going to jump down. Well, I'm going to keep reading because it's going to say that. I'm going to read it again. Verse 11, it says, "But I will bring them out with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and will smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." That's how we know it's talking about this Egypt. Ancient Egypt, people still there. It's a tourist site. This one will be destroyed. And it says, "And Egypt shall mourn." And matter of fact, I'm gonna get the GNT. I'm gonna get the GNT. And again, we're talking about America, right? In this 2 Esdras. Because it was prophesied to American parts and also to the whole world. But right now it's pointing towards that spiritual Egypt. It's like 15. All right, here we go. So there's 2 Esdras 15 and verse 11, back where we was. And I just want to get this to show again. They got an article saying farmers are mourning because they crops being smitten. But real quick, the 2 Esdras 15 in the GNT in verse 11. Come on, man. It says, verse 11, "I will use all my strength and power to bring them out of that land, and I will bring disasters upon the Egyptians," again, the spiritual one, "as I did earlier, and I will destroy their country." It says, "The whole land will be mourning. It will be shaken to its foundations when the Lord strike it and pound on it." And here it is, verse 13. "And the farmers," right? Right. It says, "And the farmers will mourn." Why? "Because their seed will fail to sprout, and their trees will be destroyed by blight," which blight goes into, different type of infections, which again, a plague can be an infection. And these things are sent as plagues. So it says, "And farmers will mourn because their seed will fail to sprout, and their trees will be destroyed by blight, hail, and terrible storms." Just like I think earlier in the year, or no, last year sometime, how the Lord was sending those floods, and Nebraska was being flooded out, and a lot of those crops was dropping, failing. But this is another example with what? Grasshoppers being sent. So we see these things happening. This, pretty much, it's going to say the same thing. But I just throw all this in the chat for brothers. We could end it there. Pretty much, we've been going for a minute.
Come
on, you got it though, bro. I just throw everything in the chat.
on. Yeah, brother, the water. Yeah, man. So your pretty brothers and sisters verified. I know it's a lot, but as I say, man, just go back through the video. Take your time. Man, soaking this information, but more than anything, get yourself together, man. All right. Please get yourself together. Pray, fight, do what you got to do, man. As Peter said, make your calling and election sure. That's something we all got to do. All right. So Keep fighting, keep pushing, man. Pray that y'all was edified out there. We're gonna close out. Well, I was just about to get done doing what he's doing.
You got it out.
Come on, yeah, man. So we're gonna close out by giving our praise and glory once again unto Yahweh, by
Yahweh Shai, by Hashem HaKakodash.
double honor to the apostle and elders of the great millstone. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.